Hey everybody, welcome back. This is a month after our show's over, the fair's done, so Grandpa's back in line here at home. So when the show was over, I did all that work to get all this equipment out, the tractor's running again, and I just couldn't put it away right away. Plus, some of them have a few issues that I'd like to try and take care of while I have them out. And so we're going to walk around my miniature show right here. And then I'm going to show you what I'm in the shop, what I'm doing to try and keep everything organized without having to keep it in all of my head. So let's start off by walking my miniature showground. Yeah, I have my own Moline flags, which the wind's not blowing now. Very calm, cloudy, warm, humid. Let's start here with my 1967 G1000 Wheatland. It's a diesel. I've been having electrical issues with it as far as it's starting. I replaced the starter some years ago, and the main starter solenoid. Let's go take a look. And it never changed. The only time it changed is when I put new batteries in it. And these are only a couple years old. Maybe 3 years old now. I just recently replaced that starter solenoid and nothing changed. But what I'm finding is when I hit the key and try to start it, I'm only getting like 4 volts out of this wire. So I don't know if it's corroded, broken somewhere, and it's barely making contact. So I may have to trace that wire and make sure I'm getting all 12 volts to that solenoid, and maybe that's my issue. Another issue is it could be these plates inside of here, but like I said, I replaced all this and it acts the same. So anyway, that's on my list of things to do, but not before winter because I don't have a place to put this thing inside unless I prioritize different. This one we've talked about. It's my 1964 G1000. This again, the center block is cracked on the other side. Freeze plugs are pushed out, and then it has the electrical issue where it won't start with the key. I have to use a remote start. This is my 1950 G with the loader. The radiator is blown out. You see up there, nice big hole. Did I leave water in it? Not really. It might have been that much water in the very bottom of the tank because I didn't see that there's another lower point to drain from. Otherwise it was drained. And the reason it had water in it is because it has a cracked head. So you run it, as long as you're running it, it's okay. But if you stop for a half hour, an hour, it wants to hydrolock. It starts getting some water in there. So, a couple issues with that. And the clutch is very weak. My 52G. I did leave water in it because I just got a new radiator. I forgot about it. And we had a good freeze. And it pushed my freeze plugs out. That's it. No cracks. Radiator's still good that I can tell. Fuel system is dirty, and while after we got home from the show, you can see it's a little chubby on one side, right down there. So yeah, I need to either find another tire or take that apart and fix my leak. But as you can see, this thing is cracked really well. The rubber is coming off the sidewalls. I do have it sitting on a block. I did use to pull this. So we need to work on the fuel system. Eventually I'm going to get the heads taken care of, get the freeze plugs put back in. The heads, I think in the blocks too. Got to get that tire fixed. Grandpa, start of the show. Oh, I didn't write that down. I need a new radiator hose, or air intake, carburetor hose. I do have a couple new ones on the shelf. I just got them here recently. I placed an order. So, grabbing a stick. weird sticks up in there. So I do need to take care of that. 51U UTN, I think is fine. I think this one has, well, one, the fuel doesn't want to shut off all the way. That's a sediment bowl problem. You turn that valve back there tight as you want and it won't completely shut off. So that's why the carburetor's wet. And it could use air intake hose as well. So I have two hoses, one for each of these. I should have bought another one just in case. Trying to remember if one of these G's need one. That G is good. Actually, those hoses are a little different. Actually, this one could use a hose too. Yeah, it's got a hole in it right down there. So it seems as if they're not making hoses for the G's, they are for the U's. Unless the U hose, yeah, U hose can't work. Carburetor's bigger, right? I'll have to look at that. Let's see, so fuel issue here. Fuel issue there. This could probably use a new fuel filter. It's pretty dark, but I think it'll work for parking it another summer. 51U, I think this is late U, or Z. I think this is a late 51Z with the pressurized radiator, because I also have this 51Z here with a non-pressurized, just the valve and lid. All right, this one has a fuel issue. It used to be just fine, but it's sat in the shop for years. Also, these are air cleaner hose. So here's the issue. They don't make hoses, air cleaner hoses for the Z's and R's anymore that I've heard. And so far, little bit of research I've done, can't find them. But I do have a fuel issue. Also, I learned that these fuel lines, although I ran this nice and clean, it's not where it's supposed to go. This is supposed to come here up to the hydraulic tank, shoot across, go to the other side, come out over here and come to this side. So I have this on twisted and it should be pointed the other way, and then the line would come into it. But otherwise you gotta lift this, put pressure on to get the battery underneath. But again, fuel issue, so I'll be taking that line off and putting a rubber hose in. This one is my 50 ZAU. It has a minor knock. This might have a minor knock too, but I'm not sure if it's drivetrain related. Anyway, it runs good. This one also has a fuel issue, so not too worried about that. I will replace that with a new line, put a filter in it, make sure that the needle and seat are not plugged, and we'll keep going with it. It does have a tire issue. Here it is. It's just blown out. Starting there, it's cracked all the way around. Another bulge there. So we don't do anything with it but drive it around a little bit and then park it. 52R, that's fine. 49R, which we've done videos on, it has a bunch of little things going on with it, but the main one now is the engine knocks. When at idle it's okay, but you start putting too much of a load on it, then it starts to knock. The clutch needs adjustment, the front tie rod needs to be straightened out. It's all little stuff. That engine knock, not so little. My 49R needs a battery. Then I need to make sure the charging system's working. Twitchy, I want to put new plugs in it and do an oil change. see, 2 weeks from now we got a tractor pull, our last one here in Linden, and then 3 weeks, I believe, 3 or 4 weeks from now we have our last pull of the year for our area over in Moses Lake, the Northwest Fall Nationals. Crusty, I need to change, get those 15.5s on there, and then I will change the wheelie bars and the hitch. That takes care. Oh wait, there's an R straight through. One of the other things I need to do or want to do is get rid of some scrap. No, I'm not getting rid of this, but I did buy some rear rims and tires for the back of this, so I need to get those on so I get those rims put in the parts room. And then this front end, as you can see, is busted, and that side is cracked. Well, I have another one behind the shop that'll bolt right on there, so I need to take care of that. I think it's actually in a little better shape too, because this is broke here and here, and that's where one of the parts goes to run your cultivators. And it's got bees, lots of bees. Where's the bees? I think they're right inside of there. Yeah, it's dark, I can't see nothing. All right, so get the rear wheels and the front pedestal change on that R. Oh yeah, this Z rear end that the engine came out of Project R, I need to finish stripping the less parts off that I want, so when I get that pedestal off, then I can take the pedestal and that to scrap. Got tire. There's the tires for that R. This is for Project R. Let's go in the shop. I'll show you how I'm going to keep track of all this. I bought myself a dry erase board, mounted it to the inside of the door. I wrote down each tractor right now that I know has problems. It's not all the problems, it's just, the G1000. If the starter and electrical worked, it'd be easy, big tractor to use. It does have another issue I'm concerned about, but I can't start it, I can't use it anyway. G705, cracked block, so it can't hold water, and the wiring, it doesn't start with the key. So anyway, everything I mentioned out there is on here. I don't have to get it all done today, not even this year, not even the next 2 to 5 years, whatever I don't want to do. But anytime I'm out here and it's like, I don't have a lot of time, maybe I can pick one off the list that's smaller. I do have a few that I need to get done before I put tractors away for the year. The 42U needs an oil change. Let's see. The Z's, I got 2 Z's with fuel issues. The ZAU has a rod knock. I'm not worried about that right now. You don't even notice it unless you're working it and the thing gets hot. I mean, up to operating temperature and you've been working it for a while. It has good oil pressure otherwise. So again, I got fuel system issues I need to take care of before I try putting everything away. WC, we got 2 pulls left for us this year, so I want to change oil and the plugs in it. Yeah, here's one I need to do, the KTA. I need to pull the plugs, put oil in the cylinders. It has a stuck valve, so I haven't taken time to mess with that to try to get it to start, because when I did, it was backfiring horribly. And then I need to make sure I turn that over once a month. Because the last time I tried to turn that over last week, I tore my shoulder up. So I grabbed the hold of that hand crank and I was pulling on it, and I didn't have it fully engaged, so it slipped up and I ran into the radiator. Luckily I had my shirt on, so I didn't just slice my shoulder open, just scuffed it up good. But then I almost fell and I tripped over the hand crank, and then I figured that wasn't enough, so I stuck that hand crank in so it was horizontal this way, so you had to push down. Did I push? No. I climbed up on it with my feet and I stood on it and I broke the rust free. Man, if I would have fell from there, whew, that would have hurt. So anyway, we've got a few things to do today. I already got the fuel filters. I've got 3 of them here. I've got 10-foot 3/8 fuel line. I've got the 2 air cleaner hoses for the U's. So I got some stuff that I want to get done today. So, oh, and then I also need to make that trip to Oregon for the other rear end for Project R. So, well, hopefully right now, looking at it now, it's probably going to be next spring, but that gives me plenty of time to find more problems and make wheelie bars and weight brackets. So, all right, let's get a part and go to work. Well, first we're going to drain the oil out of this U. They carry about 9 quarts of oil, so hopefully I have enough room in this bucket. It's under, well, there's water in this. That's why I'm changing it. The water was kind of milky looking. I don't know if it's getting past the exhaust or manifold or something, or if it is coming past the water pump seal. And the reason I figured it out was when I first started the tractor this year in the shop, I had good oil pressure. And quickly as it warmed up, I was losing oil pressure. So here we go. Should be it for water. So I thought, you know what? Let's just dump oil. I don't have an oil filter for this. So we're just going to let this drain, and then I'll just put new oil in it. They don't make oil filters for these anymore that I've found. Why is that clumpy? I got this tractor running. It needed a new head, so I put a head in it, or a different head on it. Of course, I never dug into the bottom end of it, I guess, so maybe I should have run this years ago and then changed oil instead of just, I drained it and I put fresh oil in and that was it. Okay, I know there's more. There it is. Look how goopy that is. That's terrible. Now, I'm not doing anything with this tractor except for change oil, and then seems to be getting clean fuel. But when it's time, we're just going to park this in storage in the old shop again, just where we found it this spring, and or early summer. So that's all we're doing. I'll have to figure out where the water is coming from, of course. I had the head mag fluxed. Had it checked. There's no cracks in it when I installed this head. The head before it had a crack in it, so, but not this one. So again, either rain or water pump seal. I want to say I left this thing out in the rain, what was it, 5 years ago last time I had it out. So, well, we're going to let that drain. Get that big old nasty out of there. Is it falling? I don't want to touch it, it's icky. I don't want to touch it. Gelatinous. Oh, it's got consistency to it. There we go. I almost should have started it just to warm that sludge up. I didn't think it was that gooey in there. Anyway, we're gonna let this drain for a while, and we're gonna go work on something else. Alright, let's work on Grandpa a minute. Replace that air cleaner hose. Uh-oh. Well, guess I could see if it's loose enough to come off. I might need a wrench. Nope, it's gonna come right off. Oh, look at that. Gas just heated up over the years. Oh, and it was trying to suck up a chunk of tape. Oh, big one too. Good grief. That would have slowed things down. Uh-oh. It's stuck on the choke butterfly. I think. Looks like I got it all. There we go. Throw that out of the way. So I bought this air cleaner hose. It's from Steiner. Oh, let's grab that air cleaner clamp. Wasn't doing much, but at least it's on there. There we go. Slide that up ways. Flex and bend that till it fits. That's on. Huh. Okay. Hose is on. Clamp is there. Let me get a wrench and we'll get that loosened up so we can get it on there. Alright, now to figure out which. So it's the 3/8. I wish I didn't even put this clamp on there. I may take it off. I mean, I like the original type clamps, but it not cooperating very well. So Grandpa was well received at the fair that we just came from a week ago. People enjoy it. I was talking to Keith, one of our club members that gathers all the tractors together, and he said something I agreed with. It's a bunch of old tractors like mine, crusty, rusty, and nasty looking. Wouldn't be as presentable if there's a group of them, but since everything else was nice, and mine was like the only original paint looking tractor, it worked. People enjoyed looking at it. Yeah, that screw is junk. So what I'm going to do is just slide that off. I'm going to slide the clamp off. Now I'm just going to put the hose on. There we go. Struggle bus there. pretty good fit. It's going to suck dust. It ain't going to be very much, if any. I'm leaning towards the any, not the any. All right, I'm going to call that good enough. Let's go over here behind me to the G, and we'll see about the fuel system. I don't know, before we get back to the G, this is the tape that was sucked up into the carburetor. Duct tape, and I put this on years ago because that air cleaner hose just had a small hole in it. I wanted to keep the dirt from getting in. I couldn't afford a hose, so I taped it. Well, over the years, that's just grass. Over the years, the gas slowly got to it and ate the tape up and finished off the hose, made the hole in the hose bigger, and yeah, I didn't realize it was that bad this year. So luckily we caught that big chunk from getting sucked all the way into the engine. I'm sure it would have just burnt up. It's soft. It's going to melt and burn. I don't think it would have caused a problem, but better to have it in my hand than in the engine, right? So, okay, now let's go to the G.